Hi everyone. Welcome to NieR. It's been ages since I streamed this because I've been farming. It took ages. It took absolutely fecking ages. But it's done. I now have every single weapon upgraded to the maximum level. Yay. 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 But it does mean now that there are no more obstacles between me and the endings of the game. I can load up the game, read the weapon stories, which, in fairness, they sound a lot longer than they are. They're literally like a paragraph, if that. It's like a couple of lines each level. And yeah. So we're going to go through those, and then we're going to get on with finishing the game, because we just got to talk to Popola, then go to the Shadowlord's castle. That's ending C. Then we start ending D, and the only thing that's going to be different about ending D is, well, the last few cutscenes I think are different for ending D. And yeah. I'm also going to be trying to get the speed achievements for killing certain bosses in a certain amount of time, because there's no better time to do it. No better time when I'm overpowered as fuck. As a part of doing this farming, because there's a lot of enemy killing involved, I've gone up at least 10 levels. And yeah, the amount of damage I do now is just ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that's the plan. That's what's been going on. So let's catch up on. I always without having hands, because VTubing, it really is difficult for me to indicate, because normally I just lift up my right hand and point at chat. Now I've got to look over at chat, which is this way for me, which I could normally just, maybe look to the right. But because it's all mirrored for me, because confusing. Dragon brain overcooked. Right, let's catch up on the chat. It's even worse because my chat is over on this side, so I'm looking over here to look at chat when the chat box is over here. I don't know. We're going hello and welcome. DJ, hello and welcome. Sad and VTubing. I'm not sad. Nah. We're nearly there. Knowing Yoko Taro, no. There's going to be something else. For everything that's been said about this and all the stuff that's been supposedly added, there has been surprisingly few additions so far. I'm betting there's going to be something after ending D. So ending D in the original NieR deleted your save file, and that was it. That was the end of it. With how little extra content I've seen, and we're not counting the DLC, the recycled vessel, the diary stuff, because that's actually DLC from the original NieR, there's been surprisingly little additional content. So I'm betting there's something after ending D. Also kind of teased by the fact that Pokey asked if I was going to be streaming ending D, and like, yeah, there's going to be something after ending D. There's something extra. I don't know what it is, but there's something after it. There's gotta be. So that's something to look forward to. I don't think we're going to get to it today. I don't think I can get through an entire ending in one stream, even with dialogue skipping and cutscene skipping. Don't think so. We'll try, but we won't. I don't think we're going to get all the way through ending D as well. Let's see. Pokey, thank you very much for your contribution to the SCP Stream Challenge. Well, that's nearly finished already. That's like nearly 75% complete already. after 4 days. Everyone really likes me reading SCPs to them. Thank you for hydration, my DJ. Sounds like good times to be had. Yes. Torian, hello and welcome. Throws chicken nuggets around for everyone. Chicken nugget sounds really good right now. Really good. Twitch is not the reason of Pokey, hello and welcome. With the cursed quote, as always. Dom's nuggets, headbats. Back as saying before, Torian hit you chicken nuggets. So I think Twitch did not work on yourself on another person. I don't really care. It's £4 with £10 and 20. I can get back anytime. If the money's left your account and you haven't been subscribed to the person, then you should contact Twitch about that, because that's that's not okay. That's not how Twitch is supposed to work. That's not how any transaction is supposed to work. Thank you, DJ, for your contribution to the SCP Stream Challenge. We do indeed. Pokey will say when things do. Oh. Oh. Everyone loves SCP, apparently. Apparently, yeah. Go try for chili con carne if I can muster energy for it. Oh. Oh. Haven't even started things properly, I'm already hungry. Thanks, everyone. Right, that's everything caught up on. Let's jump in. So yeah, as you can see from the data file, I did a lot. I'm fairly certain my total playtime was somewhere in the 70 hours limit. Yeah, somewhere between 70 and 75, I think, was where we left off last time I streamed this. So yeah, just let that sink in, how much I've actually been farming this game just to make sure that I have everything required. Oh yeah, I think I also I went back to the village. I don't know why. After upgrading everything, I went back to the village. I think it's because it's closest to Poplar. Notes. Weapon stories. Oh. Problem is, Mum and I don't know, so I just didn't think it worked. Get my money just in case so I can get it back. Fair. Yeah, I'm sad. I know how that feels, Woodgren. Oh, I had 4 hours of sleep last night, and then went for a nap, and my God, it was hard to get up. Right, first one. Okay, it's actually longer than I thought it was. I honestly thought it was a couple of lines each for all of it. Oh well. Smash, 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 smash. Sweat rolls down the face of hard-scrabble men as they chip away at ironstone, their cheerful singing echoing through the mine. We are workers, workers in the mine, dirty from tip to toe. Again we search for iron with all our might. Smash, 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 smash. Foom, 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 foom. What the fuck kind of sound effect is foom? The sound of women stomping on bellows in the mill. Okay, actually, yeah, that makes sense more. The sound of iron being gathered from the scorched sands. We are workers, workers in the mill, workers who send wind. Today we stomp the bellows again with all our might. Foom, 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 foom. Clang, 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 clang. The sound of swordsmiths wielding hammers at their forges. The ringing of such transformative blows is stunning indeed. We are swordsmiths, swordsmiths who bring blades to life, lords of steel. Clang, 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 clang. Next blade does look good though, yeah. So that's something I noticed when I was upgrading all these. Not every single one, all of them, bar a few of them, change appearance on their fourth form. Some drastically, some a tiny bit, and some not at all. So you're so fucking knackered you're barely awake. Oh, I thought your name was DJ. Rip, 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 rip. The sound of flesh being rent on the battlefield. The sound of killing enemies. Killing someone. Killing humans. Someone help me. It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, mummy. Rip, 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 rip. Well, that's getting things off to a nice, delightful start, isn't it? I love him with all my heart, as he does me. When we cross paths outdoors, he sends signals with his eyes that only I can understand. He treasures my gifts so much, he keeps them locked away in a safe. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better lover. I can't believe this. My best friend deceived the love of my life and stole him from me. One moment he was there, and the next he was gone. All that remains are some of my gifts, which are scattered across his empty rooms. Everything else of value has been sold at the village marketplace. This will not stand. He hasn't abandoned me. He's just being tricked by that woman. I know he still has feelings for me. He must. I'm far more beautiful than she is, and he knows it. Oh yes, he knows. But I must make him see the truth, and quickly. I have to get her away from him. I have to kill her. Kill. Hurry up and kill. Consumed by her madness, the woman slaughtered the young husband and wife, hacking them with such force that the blade of her sword warped. The woman then went into hiding, leaving behind only clumps of unrecognisable meat and a sword with a horribly bent blade. But no matter how many smiths attempt to repair the sword, it never again retained its original shape. Jesus Christ. That's another friggin' trip. Been awake since 10:30 last night. Jesus Christ. Red, hello and welcome. Hey kids. Kids. I'm not a baby goat. Get short enough for it. Nice comeback, Red. The girl had been betrothed to a local lord on the day of her birth. Lily Leaf Sword, all I hear is Jolene by Dolly Parton. As she grew, her days were taken up by studying proper bridal technique, while her evenings were spent staring out her bedroom window and offering prayers to her betrothed to the night sky. Oh my lord, if only you had come to me but a single day sooner. Her home was occupied by several other girls her age. Each one shared the same betrothed, and spent her days studying bridal techniques and her evenings praying to the night sky. Oh my lord, if only you had come to me but a single day sooner. One day a quarrel broke out as the girls argued that only the greatest among them could become their lord's betrothed. None would yield an inch, each asserting that only they alone could possibly satisfy him. Seeing this, their caretaker said in a kind voice, "Worry not, girls, each and every one of you shall surely become bride to our lord." Hearing this, every face lit up in an expression of pure joy. A living individual of an age considerably young. On the day they were to be married, the girls were brought to a place of cobbled stone they could see from the windows of their home. A single dagger was then placed before them, and the girls were told they needed to end their life here and now if they wished to meet their betrothed. Upon hearing this news, the girls scrambled to seize the dagger from one another, plunging it into their chest the moment they held it. Years later, the temple named the betrothed was built on the spot where the girls took their own lives. Fucking hell! Chill out, Yoko Taro. Jesus Christ! Oh, thank you, Red, for reminding me to stretch. Oh. Ooh. That was nice. Very nice. Thank you. That's a very red blade. Kind of looks like a penis. There is a legend of long ago that speaks of a nation threatened by a great inferno. This nation, however, was saved from eternal hellfire by a sword with the power to freeze anything. Around this sword stood thousands upon thousands of human ice sculptures. A man on a journey to seek out weapons eventually discovered the sword. He wrapped it in several layers of cloth and took it with him, placing it in the bag he carried upon his back. But before the man realised what was happening, the cloth, the sword and his own body ended up frozen solid. A traveller's shrine maiden eventually discovered the sword. She offered a prayer to her god and gripped the hilt, but cold instantly shot through her fingers and into her body, freezing her solid. In her final moments, the shrine maiden unleashed words of great blasphemy to the god who had failed her. An enslaved woman in the mine eventually discovered the sword. Desiring an easy death over the continuation of her daily suffering, she grasped the weapon firmly, and while the woman did not freeze, she was also unable to pierce her own flesh. Soon moonlight shone upon the blade of the weapon, reflecting the sight of the woman being beaten and dragged away by her master. Jesus fuck! Yoko Taro needs to smoke a barrel or two of weed. I'm worried he's already on some form of psychedelics. I'm worried what's going on inside that helmet he always wears. Thorn, hello and welcome. NieR's doing a Drakengard with weapon history. Yes. So the sword's a demon. Possibly. There's no off Yoko Taro's fun ride. True. That's right. This here's the weapon that'll be ending your life. Ah, don't sweat it. There's nothing to worry about. It'll be a pain the likes of which you've never felt before. In fact, you won't even feel pain at first. It'll be more like water sliding just across your skin. Honestly, for most folks, it ain't the pain that makes them scream. It's the sight of their own blood flowing out of them. Yeah, it won't end so easy. See this part of the blade right here? This part hurts like a real son of a bitch. It's my favourite, which is why I always save it for last. I like to use it after people's voices get too hoarse and you can't tell what it's saying, which is a real... Fucking hell, are you ever loud? My piper down there? You gave me my hand slip. I won't kill you right away, so don't worry about a thing there, champ. I'm going to take my sweet time before you finally give up the ghost. Honestly, you'd be surprised how much it takes to kill a person. I mean, think about it. People got 2 eyes, most of them anyway, 2 ears, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 20 nails across the lot, and don't even get me started on joints, because folks got hundreds of damn things. Yeah, we got plenty of ways to keep ourselves entertained. Huh? Why am I doing this? Now ain't that a question. Buddy, I'm just doing what you've been doing for a good long while now. Nabbing innocent citizens on fake charges, torturing them, and putting their severed heads on display. That ringing your bells, buddy? It should, because it was all you. Guess maybe you forgot about all that, eh? Well, that's okay. I'll spend all the time it takes to make sure you remember every last thing you did to my wife and daughter. Wow. Who the fuck was drunk on a design thing? I know, right? There's a weapon of demon. Farewell, friend. I was 1,000 times more evil than thou. Oh. It's definitely no Stormbringer. Guess Moonrise Lane uses it simply because that's the path that leads to the most pain. Will Marco anyone else recognize my quote? It sounds like it's from Elric, personally. An elderly scholar sits in the dim reference room of a mouldy museum. Before him lies a single box, which has long been sealed away. It is an article the museum's previous curator made abundantly clear should never be opened. Haha, yeah. Elric is one of my favourites. Absolutely is. It is said the box contains a fossil that drinks the blood of humans. What foolishness. One would think we as a people would have outgrown such nonsense. Only someone who spends all their life surrounded by books could possibly believe such preposterous superstition. He opens the box, which spits forth a cloud of dust, and beholds a single stone of bizarre shape. Looking at the attached handle, one could easily conclude it was used in some manner of ceremony. However, it could also be viewed as a weapon, and what a fascinating shape. Yes, this will require rigorous research indeed. How foolish everyone was. To be afraid of something like this, the scholar chuckles softly to himself as he reaches up and gouges out his left eye with the fossil's tip. Jesus Christ, Yoko Taro. What the fuck? Yep, it's final line of Stormbringer, said by Stormbringer itself after changing form from sword to demon after the end of the world and start a new world. Yeah. Yeah. I'll drink thy blood gladly, thy may forget the blood of Beleg my master, and the blood of Brandir slain unjustly. I will slay thee swiftly. Yes. That until the final upgrade looked like the Master Sword. Now it looks like the Master Sword with a big crinkly blade. The sisters were puppets of complex machinery. Well, There's already a NieR Automata link before NieR Automata even came out. Fucking hell. So fine was their construction that any who laid eyes upon them assumed they were human in every way. They were the embodiment of man's greatest technological achievements. They walked like humans, ate like humans, laughed like humans. The one thing they could not do, however, was shed tears, for they were not designed in that way. Excuse me. The stream's so cheery thus far. Yeah. Does mean you upgrade everyone? Yeah. Every weapon's done been upgraded. It took me over 10 experience levels and over 20 hours of farming, but it's done. They're all upgraded. Because the sisters were machines, they felt nothing. Oh, they might mourn as humans did, but they experienced no true sadness, for they did not know what sadness was. Even when their friends perished in tragic accidents and their creator died of disease, they felt nothing. To the sisters, all it meant was that those people no longer existed. It was a warm spring's day when a lone cat wandered into their home. It was a scrawny, filthy thing, riddled with disease. What a bother, the sisters thought as they looked down at the wretched creature. But they fed it milk, wiped it clean, and kept it warm, and soon the cat was well again. From that day forth, it would linger wherever the sisters were, brushing against their legs when it wanted food. If it caught a mouse, it would bring it back to boast its prowess. If it wanted love, it would cry out to them in a mewling voice. What a bother, the sisters thought. It was a cold winter's day when the cat came into their house, let out a feeble squeak, and died. Time and again did the younger sister shake the cat's body. Time and again did the elder sister call out to it, but the cat neither moved nor responded. In that moment, the sisters felt as though they felt something break inside their chests, and from that day forth, they truly felt nothing at all. God damn! I mean, mood, but ow. Long, long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived 3 brothers. The middle brother was a famous general who commanded a vast army. People everywhere were terrified of his troops, for they were most violent indeed. This general loved to make war. He enjoyed nothing more than watching cities burn and corpses pile up, and he fought not to subjugate, but simply to destroy all that he could. His well-trained soldiers laid waste to towns, cities, and even nations for the sake of their general. And as they hewed and hacked and chopped, the general would chuckle to himself in the most vulgar of tones. The army marched on and on, nations by the sea, nations in the mountain, nations in the deserts, nations in the tundra, nations to the east, nations to the west. The general cared not, he simply wished to watch it all burn. His orders were absolute, and for years beyond counting the soldiers killed, and killed, and killed, and killed, and killed, and it just repeats on and killed. They're going for the little matchstick girl when making these? Possibly. After some time, the army arrived in a certain nation. They killed its soldiers, they killed its townspeople, they killed its princesses and princes and dukes and bakers and lawyers and accountants and beggars and thieves. Eventually, a shabby general came pleading for his life with tears in his eyes, but they killed him as well. However, the soldiers thought he seemed familiar, and he tried to recall how they might have known him. In that moment, however, the general's daughter appeared, and they became so engrossed in ending her life, they never thought about the matter again. Oh, Jesus. There once was a famous poet in the land to the far, far east. Now in his twilight years, his ability had withered such that he could no longer craft a single stanza or verse. The poor poet spent every moment racked with sorrow for what had been lost, but one day a monk appeared by his side, gently placed a blade in his hand, and imparted the following words. Kill one by this blade for one poem, and 2 for 2 in kind, the likes of which will be more splendid than any this world has ever heard. Clinging to the monk's words, the man waited for the cover of darkness, and cut down a man he encountered by the roadside. The following day he wrote a most beautiful poem, instantly reclaiming the fame and prosperity he had lost. The poet went on to kill 2 in succession. He killed one and wrote a poem, then killed another and wrote another, rising to almost dazzling levels of wealth and renown. But soon he became obsessed with knowing how splendid a poem he might write if he were to kill someone precious to him. He killed his wife and wrote a poem. He killed his children and wrote a poem for each. He moved through his estate killing everyone there, writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. Eventually he killed so many passers-by that the poems could not keep up. He would kill and write, then kill and kill and kill and kill, until in the end he took his own life, no longer crafting poems at all. All that remained was a blade wet with blood. So, I want everyone to know right now, just for some form of context, that the music that's going on in the background is the current music of my village. I did not know these stories were going to be this intense. It's a bit fitting. Weird how these kind of things will just line up, isn't it? So, Drakengard weapons, or yeah. That's what you get when the games are linked. I think some of these weapons are actually from Drakengard itself. Or at least one of them must be. There once was a royal sword, passed down a prodigious kingdom that has prospered for generations. It was said the crystal embedded upon it contained great magic, and should it ever absorb the blood of 10,000 people, it would glow bright red and grant its wielder immortality. However, this kingdom's final ruler, known to the world as the High King, valued the continued prosperity of the kingdom he had inherited from his ancestors over any prospect of eternal life. Hello, Gwyn. Feel sad since you missed the first two stories got here at Nirvana Blade. Oh, don't worry. They were just, in the same vein. This is Yona's theme, yeah. It's really bittersweet. One day the Queen, the King's dearest love, lost her life in a tragic accident. She was with child, and the tragedy occurred shortly before the babe was to be born. Excuse me. Distraught with grief upon hearing the news, the aged king found himself unable to accept the prospect of his royal bloodline dying with him. In an attempt to continue the kingdom's legacy by attaining a body without death, the now mad High King used the sword to cut down any and all subordinates or citizens unlucky enough to cross his path. "If I am to be the final king," he was heard to cry, "then the kingdom survives so long as I live." He killed his subjects by the dozens, the hundreds, the thousands, and with each life he stole, the crystal's light grew more radiant. But when the crystal was nearly full, the king's ailing heart proved unable to bear the burden and burst, killing him on the spot. Alas, he had just slain the pregnant woman and unborn child that were before his very eyes. He would have taken exactly 10,000 lives. Jesus. Oh, it's had he slain, not he had. Jesus Christ. There once was a woman who promised her hand to a man who was departing for the front. Devout by nature, she spent mornings, afternoons and evenings in prayer for the safety of her beloved. Perhaps in response to her earnest pleas, one night a bird enveloped in light appeared to her in a dream and began to speak. "The man you love will surely return safely," said the bird in a beautiful voice. These words brought great comfort to the woman, and she began weeping tears of joy. "However," continued the bird, "his heart will surely not." Soon the man returned as the bird had foretold, his body covered in scars beyond counting. But as the bird had also foretold, he returned with an unfamiliar woman of extraordinary beauty at his side. Despite this, the pious woman could not contain her love for the man, and ran out to meet him as he approached. Surprised, the man embraced her, then collapsed to the ground. The pious woman stood over him, a bloody dagger in one hand, and the ripe crimson fruit of his heart in the other. "His heart will stray no longer," she whispered. Amidst the gathering pool of blood, her face awash with pure ecstasy, she placed a tender kiss on her beloved's heart and offered a prayer of gratitude. Okay. Okay, Yoko Taro. Okay. Heard many variations of The Soldier's Wife, but man, this was among the darkest. Yoko Taro's timeline is always the darkest timeline. So this girl had a huge set of horns on her, beautiful horns like a bull, just growing out her head above her ears. I had myself a gander at where the horns met the head, and let me tell you, they were coming straight out of her skull. She was the only kid like that in the whole village. The others were all normal. The kid with the horns, though, born real small, apparently. The horns were, I mean, not the kid. And hell, they wouldn't need it to be. Fat chance the kid's mum would have been able to push out a pair of horns huge as that. Ha ha ha. Jesus, already. Dorian, thank you very much for the contribution to the SCP stream, and we're now at 75%. You think a girl like that would have been bullied, right? Well, bullied. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but I made a funny. Well, you'd be wrong. That kid wasn't the hardest person. That kid was the hardest person for miles in any direction. Was a man in the village who tangled with her, and we're talking men who ain't scared of nothing. She was the best at doing work what needed physical strength and all that, and she always led the charge whenever Shades attacked, and folks loved her for that, for sure, but most of all, they loved her because she was always cheerful and just plain tough. Dobby muscle band waifu. But one day, this huge shade attacked the village, and that was just too strong. It tore the men apart like old rags, and half the guys in the village died. The girl with the horns fought with all she had, but eventually she couldn't keep up, and the shade lifted her off the ground and ripped the horns right out of her head. The way she screamed was like nothing you ever heard. Sound shook the earth itself, it did. After that, things got real quiet, so I stepped outside and found both the shade and the girl dead. Each of them had wounds all over, and they were leaking blood out of just about everywhere. And don't judge me for saying this now, but it was almost beautiful, like looking at dark red flowers in full bloom, you know. Hope that answers your first question about why folks in this village can't hear nothing. But you should know, none of us think badly of the girl for making us this way. Being deaf is a hell of a sight better than being dead. Anyway, we've all talked over that day to death, and we think that final scream was her way of saying goodbye. Everyone in the village is honoured that the one last thing we heard was her farewell, and that was the God's honest truth. Aww. Okay, this is one of the DLC weapons. The Fool's weapons are the 3 DLC weapons. I was saved from the despair that shackled me. I was freed from the fate that cursed me. I was pacified from the indignation that plagued me. I was changed by the day I met you. Oh my god, this is the dragon from Drakengard. Fuck. My flames will scorch the earth below. My fangs will know the taste of blood. My claws will rend my enemies asunder. My wings will soar the skies above. Got treated better for being different than kinda did? Yeah. If your eyes are to be robbed their light, if your skin is to be stained with blood, if your sword is too heavy a burden, if your lips can no longer produce speech, even if this body is snuffed out, even if these words are stolen, until our contract is complete, until the moment this warmth is lost. Yeah, that's a direct Drakengard one. May 21st. We finally ran out of money. Food just costs a lot more nowadays because of the war. We tried begging at the church, but they have their hands full caring for the wounded and can't spare anything. Yona's really lost a lot of weight. I wish I could get her something to eat. Oh, it's NieR's diary. Ha! July 15th. We met a nice lady who gave us some food. At first I thought she was homeless like us, but she said that she was joining some kind of relief and support thing run by the government, so we decided to go with her. At least Yona seems to be doing okay. August the 1st. That nice lady from before used a book and turned into a monster. We ran away as fast as we could, because I don't think she's human anymore. Everything those adults told us was a lie. They won't give us money, and they won't treat Yona's illness. Also, there's a huge wall around the city now, and we can't get out. We never should have come here. Hopefully I have both kids this week and next week. No problem at all, Torian. Thanks for coming in as long as you did, and have yourself a good rest of your day. See you later. August the 5th. It's so cold today. I can't believe it's summer. I can actually see my breath. We decided to hide from the monsters in an abandoned supermarket. We found a few old cans of food there, but now those are gone. Also, Yona's cough just won't quit. I've got a really bad feeling about this. And then the game started. Like, that is definitely events just before the game itself. The shield left hanging on the wall was covered in dust. The blade left in its scabbard had rusted over. The techniques I hadn't used to have forgotten. The body I was to train was left to grow soft. I had lost the will to practice discipline. I thought things would end without a single word said. I pretended not to see violence inflicted by others. I had given up, assuming things would never change. I believed there was no way to oppose such a great power. I sneered at the hearts that tried to believe anyway. Same pipe? Yeah, I thought so. You even get the same pipe in NieR Automata if you know where to find it. I laughed, thinking them brainless fools. Those are the thoughts I had taken refuge in. I had given up, believing nothing was possible in the end. I lamented the foolishness and ugliness of it all. My life had lost all meaning. I had lost sight of those who were precious to me. I could not believe in their kindness. I was unable to save them from the grief that tore at their hearts. I had forgotten the courage it takes to produce the smallest of joys. I believed my words would never reach you. There once was a ritual gathering of spirits held on the night of the 10th full moon of the year. During the ceremony, they would gather on the shores of a lake and boast to one another of all the evil deeds they had performed during the year. The first spirit took great joy in telling of the unfathomably cruel ways she had killed some of the finest soldiers in the land. Over the years, she had transformed her shape into a lady of the night and called out to various men, then tore off every last piece of their body when they came to her bed. The soldiers, ashamed their skills could not save them, shed bitter tears as they died, and the spirit claimed that they were the most delicious things she had ever tasted. The next spirit regaled the others with a story of cunning and guile. One night she threw a small boy into a bog. When his older sister came to rescue him, and she too sank into the murk. These two were followed by their parents, then other siblings, their extended relatives, until finally every member of the village was sleeping at the bottom of the bog. When the spirits finished their story, she was so beside herself with glee that she did not even notice the saliva that dripped down her chin. Tasty. Nervously, the smallest spirit in the group stepped forward to address the crowd. "I am the most amazing of us all," cried the oft-ridiculed spirit at the top of her lungs, "for it was I who thrust all living creatures into terror's deepest depths." The other spirits, unable to contain their mirth, collapsed to the ground and rolled about, and their laughter did not cease until the horrifying monster the small spirit had summoned from the demon world devoured each and every last one of them. Holy shit. We've been together since we were born. We're together when we eat, when we sleep, and when we dream. We share everything. We share the milk we get from Mummy and the nice thing Daddy says to us. But we're not together when we die. Daddy took me and cut off my head, and Mummy took my sister and cut off her head. But it's okay. Our blood got all mushed up into a big axe, so now we can be together forever. What the fuck was that one? Jesus Christ. The girl stares at the sight before her. Her father lies nearby, carved to pieces by countless blades. Her mother also lies dying, as well as her newborn baby brother. All that had suffered terribly in their final moments, and the girl can do nothing but cry as she stares at the 3 soldiers who have murdered her own family. Oh, excuse me. Years later, the girl reappears, her visage made strong by her vow for revenge. The first soldier had grown so fat that the buttons on his uniform can barely contain his girth. The girl approaches him and claims to know an easy way to lose weight. On the pretext of an examination, she has him lie down on a bed before suddenly hacking off his arms and legs with an axe. The remaining lump of soldier screams and attempts to wriggle away, but the girl pins him down and tells him that he still has parts he can lose. Sometime later, the girl sits in front of the now rounded torso and smiles. "There we are," she whispers. "Look how nice and slim you are." Jesus. And then it became a weapon finish I've ever seen. The second soldier is a peerless Lothario. Each night a new woman is invited to his marriage to spend the night. The girl breaks into his home and kills the women at his side, then uses her axe to hack off his manhood as he trembles and begs for mercy. Ew. Dick chopper. The third soldier has long since left the service, and is now living a quiet life with his family in a remote village. After they have fallen asleep, the girl takes her axe and cleaves the support beams of the house, causing it to collapse. She then sets fire to the wreckage, creating a great bonfire that can be seen for miles in all directions. Suddenly the soldier's son crawls from the wreckage, covered from head to toe in terrible burns. As his eyes fall on the girl who has murdered his family, she hands him her axe and flees into the dark of night, never to be seen again. Christ. Long, long ago in a faraway kingdom, there were 3 brothers. The eldest brother was a king who ruled over the entire nation. He was a most terrifying king, feared by all. Interestingly, this weapon's also in NieR Automata. I think it's the... No, yeah, it's one of the first heavy swords you unlock apart from the one you start with. Each day, the king would select one of his subjects to execute as a sacrifice. This day, he chopped off a mother's head and forced her family to watch. The head spun 3 times as it flew through the air before landing next to the head of her son, who the king had previously killed. Oh, the horror of it all. But the king merely watched the sight unfold before him and laughed in a most unsettling voice. One day the king contracted an illness most dire, one which caused his body to rot while he was still alive, but though diseased, the king would still drag his decaying flesh to the executions all the same. His retainers dared not defy their king, so they continued to kill day after day after day after day. In the end, the king rotted and died. He was a disgusting, foul, rotten death, but his retainers continued carrying out executions before the king's rotted corpse every day killing, every day the rotted king and the rotted retainers and the rotted citizens and the rotted you. That was some SCP shit for the ending there. I raised the cry of my birth, the sound of heated iron taking shape, a steel mallet striking my form. Born to deliver karmic justice, I enter the world under the careful watch of spark and flame that give light to the gloom. I am a blade born of deafening roar. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. I grant death. I transform the dread and screams of my foe to elation. I festoon my iron skin with their viscera. When I rob them of life, I am filled with dark joy. When I crush them beneath me, I find meaning in my birth. And I continue to kill, that I might share this delight with all. I kill, and kill, and kill, and kill. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. I am shattered. At battles and blood's end, my body is torn asunder by malice and hate. Today I engage the Red Dragon in battle, and magical forces meet leaping iron fangs to create a bloodstorm. My steel cursed, I sink into the slumbering black. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. Almost as bad as the Emperor of Mankind. Yeah, I know, right? I dream. It is the dream of a small butterfly. In it the butterfly is caught in a light rain, struggling against it with all its might. In the darkest of nights, I behold a dream that will never come true. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. That sounds like it was a sword used against the dragon in Drakengard. Yay. This is a story of a time long, long ago. There was once a beautiful bird with resplendent feathers that lived a quiet life deep in the forest. Iron Will made me think of Guts in his Dragon Slayer. Yeah, that's also a possibility. Because, you know, what isn't inspired by Berserk these days? No bad thing either. One day, a lost child wandered into the woods. He came from a place of famine, and had been abandoned in the forest as a way to reduce the number of mouths to feed. Taking pity on the feeble, starving child, the beautiful bird plucked one of its own feathers and gave it to him. When he returned home, his family was overjoyed by the feather, and permitted him to live with them once more. Hearing the child's story, one person after another descended on the forest to tell the beautiful bird how poor and unfortunate they were. Each time the bird would pluck a feather and give it away, pluck a feather and give it away, until it had no more to give, and its once beautiful visage had become shabby beyond recognition. But the shabby bird had no regrets. One day the original child appeared before the shabby bird, which was featherless and freezing in the cold. He had come seeking a bird with splendid feathers that he might repay the creature's earlier kindness. Overjoyed, the shabby bird said to the child, "It is I you seek. If I might beg a favour, would you hold me to your chest and warm my freezing body?" Sparing a single glance at the shabby bird, the child called it a liar and cut it down with a large blade. He then roasted the bird, ate every last part, and set out anew to find the beautiful bird who had once saved his life. Fucking hell! Jesus Christ, Yoko Taro. It was a beast that lived in the cavern's deepest, most untouched depths. It had massive horns, a body like steel, breath of scorching fire. The peace-loving villagers hated this monstrous beast with the head of a bull and the body of a human. They feared it, and soon the beast came to be known as the Minotaur of the Labyrinth. Contrary to its terrifying experience, the Minotaur was exceptionally kind. Not only did it refrain from harming other creatures, it took great care not to trample flowers beneath its oafish feet as it walked. Indeed, the reason it lived so deep inside a cavern was to help avoid frightening the villagers. One day, a lost girl wandered into the beast's cavern. Frightened by the sight of it, she cried so hard she eventually passed out, which had left the beast in quite the quandary. "I have no choice," the beast finally decided. "I must take the poor thing back to the village, for her mother and father will be terribly worried." 2 days after the girl vanished, her panicked parents found her sleeping soundly in front of their home. On the ground a short distance away was the dead body of the Minotaur. It had been impaled by several swords, and the blood scattered around it held an almost otherworldly quality. Yet there was no indication the beast had attacked the girl. In fact, it looked as though it had been trying to place as much distance between itself and her as possible, so as not to dirty her with its blood. Almost as if it didn't want her to be afraid. And then, having curled up to make itself as small as possible, the monster died. God damn it, Yoko Taro! Saying what's free on Epic Games' Second Extinction. Never heard that. Teletubbies, I hope escape that. If I'm not, I'm scared to know what inspired them. Why do you think Poe is red? That's makes me sad. Yeah, there's no happiness in the Yoko Taro games. It doesn't happen. Now the sword I'm using, the lava dragon penis. Memoir, June 6, 2003, approximately 3 PM. A massive white humanoid, initially called the Weapon but since renamed the Giant, falls from the sky above Tokyo's Shinjuku ward, inflicting tremendous damage. At the same time, a large red creature, henceforth referred to as the Dragon, appears and engages the Giant in combat, though both the nature of its attacks and the utility remain unclear. As the Self-Defense Force contemplates methods by which they might attack the target, the government established the Bureau of Emergency Countermeasures. Oh look, it's Drakengard's true ending! Memoir, June 12, 2003, approximately 4 PM. The Giant, which was locked in combat with the Dragon, suddenly begins to collapse for reasons unknown. The Dragon is then shot down by the 6th Division, 303rd Squadron of the Air Self-Defense Force. Almost sounds like EDF. No official records exist of who issued the order to attack the Dragon. Work has begun to retrieve the remnant remains of both the Giant and the Dragon, but no official verification has ever been made regarding which organisation performed the retrieval. Memoir, December 2003. The first case of White Coronation Syndrome is confirmed in Tokyo's Shinjuku ward. Memoir, July 2004. Humans continue to turn violent due to White Coronation Syndrome, with fighting growing increasingly intense in infected regions. With the cause of the disease still unclear, the infected are isolated, and violent riots suppressed by force. Main thoroughfares are sealed, and rail transportation is halted, later leading to all of Shinjuku being sealed off. At this time, the prospect of asking the American military for non-official intervention is considered, but the government defers. Meanwhile, research begins on mesoparticles obtained from the Giant and the Dragon, as well as on countermeasures for White Coronation Syndrome. The research ultimately leads to the foundation of Project Gestalt a decade later. And there's your official tie-in. I would not like to be a guest in Taro's head. I think I'd rather spend the day with Gus. Had a great chance to live that way. Gotta say one thing for Yoko Taro though. He's a creative genius. They were a frighteningly diligent people. Oh, I've just realised! This spear's the one that's used by the Men of the Mask from Facade. I've only just noticed that. Leave me alone, I don't use this weapon. They would clear forests and hunt animals even when they had no need. They developed techniques to preserve food they were unable to eat and earned more money than could ever be spent. Yet there was not a single one among them who did not accept these practices, for none knew of any other customs. Okay, so we're just getting a backstory of Facade here. They were frighteningly studious people. Their grasp of calculation and science exceeded any pretense of practicality, and they would repeatedly engage in spirited debates regarding predictions of the future. They invented an increasingly difficult language, and created an infinite series of complex machines by which they would immediately discard. But there was not a single one among them who looked back, for none knew of any reason for concern. They were frighteningly obedient people. Without ever being told, they would greet the morning sun at the same time, in the same clothes, while toiling away in the same cramped rooms. Yet there was not a single one among them who complained, for none knew what else they should be doing. Having worked far too much, the people lost their forests and took to living atop the sand. Having grown far too intelligent, the people conversed in a language that no other peoples could comprehend. Having grown far too well behaved, the people were unable to defy the laws that would be established one after another, and came to live their lives enclosed by tens of thousands of rules. Well. In a far-off land, there was a man who acted as a double for the nation's prince, performing duties in his stead as was required. One day, having finished his work, he returned to the prince's chamber to find the princess lying naked in his bed. As the double stood in place, dumbfounded, the man who shared his face sneered and invited him to join him. The double loved the prince's sister, and he felt that the princess, who admired him as her brother, loved him as well. Indeed, she was the only thing that kept him going in an otherwise miserable job, for the prince was a most despicable man indeed. Eventually it came to pass that a war was to be waged under the prince's command. The night before it was to begin, the prince took his double aside and promised him a night with his sister if he could bring him the head of the enemy general, and as the prince chuckled with delight, the double took up his spear and thrust it through the prince's gaping mouth. The war over, the prince made a queen of his sister, and would inflict wounds upon his own face and throat, an act which would occur every time she called out to him using her brother's name. Before long, the prince was found dead, his face burned and a spear thrust through his own open mouth. The man's face, hideously burned, was the very picture of serenity. How is it 10 to 5 and we're already this bad into emotions? Oh yeah, because I'm playing NieR, that's why. Jesus Christ. This story takes place in a small country around the same latitude as the northernmost member of a nation city-states that were a part of a region with a village that is attempting to establish a trade agreement with another village on a tiny island in the ocean south of a country that used to have an alliance with a republic next to a kingdom where the queen resided. I think I just had a stroke from trying to work that one out. It was asked by the owner of a shop frequented by a wet nurse, who looked after the child born of an adulterous relationship by the wife of the master of a foolish servant who fell in love with a beautiful queen who appears in the poems of a minstrel, whom was loved by the country's king's wife's little brother's cousins, big brother's son-in-law's foster child. Ow! I smell toast! I smell toast! Where does one store a throne that was supposed to be adorned with decorations, crafted from the materials of the handle of the lid of a pot that is the same weight as tableware, that is the same colour as a weather vane on a neighbouring house, that can be seen from the peephole of a door, in the reflection of a mirror with an ornamental frame, decorated with silver carvings engraved with a fragment that was made when creating the whetstone used to polish the kitchen knife? I want off. Oh no, this one's worse. The person who heard that question was the wife's, husband's, little sister's, big brother's, daughter's, groom's, little brother's, nephew's, father's, mother's, husband's, bride's, niece's, father-in-law's, wife's, husband's, little sister's, big brother's, daughter's, groom's, little brother's, nephew's, father's, mother's, husband's, bride's, niece, father-in-law's, wife's, husband's, little sister's, big brother's, daughter's, groom's, little brother's, nephew's, father, mother's, husband, bride's, niece's, father-in-law, wife's, father's, little sister's, big brother's, daughter's, groom's, little brother's, nephew's, father's, nephews, a father's, mother's, father's, husband's, nieces, bride's, nieces, father-in-law's, wife's, husband's, little sister's, big brother's, daughter's, groom's, little brother's, nephew's, father's. Ow! Ow! Oh, that hurt to read. Oh! Oh my god. Oh. Dark helmet, I'm your father's brother's nephew, cousin, former roommate, Lone Star. So what does that make us? Dark helmet. Absolutely nothing. Pardon me, I'll go outside where it's currently minus 26 degrees Celsius, so maybe I can clear head after this one. Oh, God. Oh. Why? In the distant past of a land known as the Golden Isle, there existed a sword crafted from every kind of material and precious gem in the land. So sharp was its edge that even the slightest cut would leave an unsealable wound that eventually drained the victim of both their blood and life. In a strange turn of fate, the sword eventually ended up in the hands of a destitute woman who sold her body to get by. Oh, excuse me. The sword was as long as she was tall, and she could not wield it effectively, so she instead slid it between her sheets, and a surprise for the men who used her. The sword was so sharp they felt no pain when cut, and soon died without even knowing what was happening. The woman would help herself to their coin, causing her own purse to swell. Making use of her gains, the woman dressed most beautifully and soon had acquired every kind of metal and precious gem in the land, but it was not enough for her, so she decided to melt down the sword and obtain the gems contained within, a desire made manifest by the sword's beauty. Thus decided, the woman heaved the sword to her shoulders and made for the blacksmith. But on her way to the smith, the sheer weight of the sword caused the woman to lose her balance, and she fell from a bridge into the river below. So unshakable was the woman's greed that she could not bring herself to relinquish her grip upon it. The woman's pale and bloodless corpse was found washed up on the riverside the following day. Jesus. The Mass Effect Overload ability in writing form. Yeah. Long, long ago in a faraway kingdom, there lived 3 brothers. The youngest was a terrifically lazy lad who spent most of his days fast asleep. However, he was every bit as cheerful as he was lethargic, and was so beloved by all. When the nation was beset upon by a most contagious disease, the youngest son did naught but laze about the palace, humming to himself all the while. But his cheerful music comforted the townspeople, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. "Oh, what a fine young man," they would say. "Just the finest young man you will ever find." He's practically a fucking saint compared to his brothers. When the nation became embroiled in war, the youngest son did naught but laze about the palace, telling stories of the good old days all the while. But his fascinating stories helped the townspeople forget the horrors of war, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. "Oh, what an amazing young man," they would say. "Just the most amazing man you will ever find." One day, the youngest son was lazing about the palace as usual, when he realised he could no longer hear the voices of the townspeople, and he wondered why that might be. He lazed and wondered. He lazed and wondered. He lazed and wondered. Eventually, all the wandering tired him out, and he went to sleep. That is why, in that nation where all have perished from war and disease, the only sound that can be heard is the soft snoring of a young man. It is a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness. Jesus. The captain tramples life under his feet. The screams of others transforms into song of joy. Flowing tears change from despair into darkness. Conflict beckons revenge and gives way to new solitude. Well, that was short and sweet and kind of scary. He had grown old. The king's dauntless gaze had lost its light, and his stalwart body had grown soft. What's more, every ounce of fear and vanity he had gained with age now gnawed away at his heart. The king was afraid, so he repeatedly ordered the invasion of neighbouring countries so as to hold on to the lands he had been sworn to protect. The king was afraid, so he tried to take everything through violence and oppression, for he no longer trusted his own advisors and vassals. He's a lazy person and mostly super cheery. Is that me while I'm in the game? There was a dragon that had sworn fealty to the king. This wingless creature would do anything the king commanded, for he had been saved by the king once, and sworn to repay his debt with his very soul. Even if the king's orders were folly and madness, the dragon would follow them to the last, for his king was justice itself. One day the dragon requested an audience with the king. He was covered in blood from his latest victim, the king's own son, who the regent had ordered the dragon to assassinate. The bloody dragon hung his head low and said, "I cannot defy your orders, O king, but neither can I obey them any longer. I beg of you, kill me and grant me release." This is a tale of a foolish king and a wingless dragon in a nation that fell centuries ago. Even now, the wind blows ceaselessly around the grasslands. It blows just as it did on the day king and dragon made their pact. Fucking hell. There comes a time thief when the jewels cease to sparkle, when the gold loses its lustre, when the throne room becomes a prison, and all that is left is a father's love for his child. Yeah. There once was a warrior in a frontier nation who feared not death. He was so brawny and powerful, arrows were said to bounce harmlessly off his flesh. For this reason, the warrior always threw himself into the thick of any battle. One day, a beautiful bird appeared before the warrior in a dream. The bird commended the warrior for his valour in battle and offered to grant him one of 2 wishes. The bird could bring an end to war and grant peace to all the world, or the bird could bequeath the warrior an immortal body. The warrior chose immortality. From that day forth, the warrior's exploits were nothing short of astonishing. He mowed down foes in uncountable numbers. No amount of arrows or swords or axes could slow his march. The king showered him with titles and gifts, and for a time, it seemed the warrior's days of stunning glory would continue until the end of time. But conflict did not cease. Eventually the warrior's frontier nation was invaded so often that the flames of war left the entire country in ruins. Crops withered, people perished, and before long there were none left who even knew the warrior's name. The shattered warrior was tortured day and night by endless starvation. but his body refused to let him die, so he sought out the bird again and pleaded for it to grant him release. "Ah, but you cannot die," chirped the bird in response. "You will never die." And therein lies my the reason why I say no to immortality. Speed story sounds like a mix between Achilles and Hercules. Yeah. She was a hopelessly slow woman, impossibly clumsy. It would take her 3 times longer than anyone else to accomplish her task. She walked slowly, talked slowly, she even blinked slowly. So slow was the woman that she could not even draw water to anyone's satisfaction. The children began calling her the cow and laughing when she passed by, but she would only chuckle in response. Immortality is indeed a curse, yeah. She was a hopelessly dull woman. When she fell and drew blood, she would carry on as though in a daze. Though coins often dropped from her purse, she never managed to retrieve one, and if someone spoke ill of her to her face, it would take hours for her to realise the insult. When the children saw her, they would hurl rocks with glee. She was a hopelessly foolish woman. One summer, when the village was suffering a most terrible drought, the woman vanished. The children all starved to death. The villagers spent no time worrying about the woman who ran away. 2 days later, rain fell and the village was saved, but the woman did not return, and on the 20th day, a shaman arrived at the village. The shaman held a spear with a pair of horns that was oiled and sticky to the touch. So heavy was the spear that none could wield it effectively, although even if they managed to lift it, the weapon was incapable of piercing through anything at all. The shaman forced it on the people and left it with them, but none dared approach it, and to this day, it quietly slumbers in a forgotten corner of the village. Wow. And the final one. That's a dragon tail. That's a fucking dragon's tail. Or some anatomy of a dragon. This is the story of a sorrowful prince. A tale of a kingdom in a time long past. Attacked by the forces of darkness, the nation was annihilated in a single night by inhuman soldiers with red eyes and a group of black dragons so numerous they blotted out the sky. Having infiltrated the king's castle, the black dragons visited upon the king and queen a most horrible fate. It is said that their stomachs were torn open by the black dragon's mighty claws, and the very floor they stood upon became a sea of blood. The prince and princess, though racked with sorrow, escaped to live another day. The prince, spurred by the shock of witnessing his parents' tragic ends, became consumed by a desire to exact vengeance. This is a story of a terrifying prince, a history of conflict in the long ago. Obsessed with laying low his hated enemies, the prince indulges in his vengeance day after day after day. Even when faced with foes who take heel, he chases them down and tears them apart from groin to gullet. The carnage is so horrific, his fellow soldiers whispered tales of how they saw him mutilating bodies that are already long dead. Perhaps because no commander can control him, the prince is sent to an even harsher battle. This is the story of a fooled prince, the whereabouts of fate in the long ago. The prince's next battleground is a castle that guards a goddess. He lays waste to all before him, hacking arms, cleaving legs, rending stomachs, gouging eyes, separating heads from shoulders. But soon the injured prince can no longer tell the difference between the blood that rains down and that which comes from his own wounds, and he collapses in a heap. As he writhes in pain, coughing up gouts of hot blood, he lifts his gaze and sees a hated dragon standing before him. This is the story of a mad prince, a meeting with the dragon in the long ago. An injured red dragon stands before the prince, and though it is a different colour than the beast that killed his parents, he feels the need to avenge himself upon it regardless. But as he raises his sword, the dragon says, "In exchange for both our souls, human, I will save your life and grant you power." After some thought, the prince makes the pact. It matters not to him what he might lose in the deal, or that it involves a dragon. All he cares about is that he can continue swinging his blade. So he swings and swings and swings, and with each blow, his heart fills with desire as black as the deepest night. Hi, Kime! Some more stuff about Drakengard for you. And there you go. That's all the weapon. That's all the weapon stuff I read. So yeah, that's a thing. Fool's Accord is basically a summary of Drakengard. He's into it. Yeah, yeah. The 3 Fool's weapons are all basically it's just Drakengard. See, I wonder. Like, I know I've read all of these, but I wonder if like I'm missing an achievement, because there's an achievement for reading all of your friends' or your companions' stories. And I know I've read all of this stuff. Let's just make sure it's actually. Some stories have a lot of uses, like the general one. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because if you notice, some of the weapons were all no, that wasn't it. Oh well. Yeah, if you notice, like, looking at the weapons, you have ones that have similar names, like, no, it wasn't Beastbane. Apart from, so Labyrinth's Whisper, and you have the Labyrinth Song, and the Labyrinth Shout. All entwined stories, because they all share a common theme with the weapons. However, now, we can actually get on with the game. Thus ends the text adventure portion of this game. I also apologise if I start running and dodging everywhere. I was doing that when I was farming to make myself move a bit faster.
The whole village is buzzing, you know. They say you're gonna go rescue Yona. I guess it's really happening, huh?
I'll bring her back. I promise.
About that.
Yeah?
Nothing. Never mind. Popola just loves to worry. Anyway, you be careful.
Like story time there, Yokotara's kids cry every time at night when they ask for a bedtime story.
Yes. Do be careful.
Thanks.
Thing is though, if his kids ask for bedtime stories, it's not to help them sleep, it's to make the monsters run away. If there's monsters under the bed, it's like, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't sign up for this shit. Oh, run. Right. Shadowlord's Castle, yeah. Need food but too tired to make it. Yes, I refuse to sleep for another 4 hours. Sometimes I hate myself. I know that feeling, Woodgren. Oh, excuse me. Number of times I've wanted to, I was like, yeah, it's fine, I'm tired, I'm just going to take a little nap. 3 hours later. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh yeah, also, I sold all the upgrade materials I didn't need after I'd finished the farming and upgrading. I've got a bit of gold. 1.3 million gold and nothing to spend it on at all. So yeah, that's fun.
Oh there, getting on?
Ah. Had itchy nose. Bugging up my face tracking. Could rebuild an entire town with that? Yeah. And does he? Nope. Oh! Oh, this was new.
Welp, now they can finally enter the Shadowlord's castle. Yes, but we can't relax just yet. If he kills the Shadowlord, the entire plan will collapse. We'll need to restrain him before that can happen. Come on, you really think he'll listen to us? Maybe. It's just... I don't know. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about all the time we used to spend with him. Devila! I know. We can't afford that kind of thing. I get it. But I know you feel it too. Even if I did, we have no choice. We were designed to do this.
Oh.
It's funny, I'm even concerned about this. I mean, it's not like he has a soul.
That was an incredibly apt moment for the music to stop. Also, I'm very, very certain, like 99% certain, that the tale about the cats with the two sisters, that was Devlo and Popola.
Are we ready?
So we take a quick power nap yesterday, even set an alarm for 3. Woke up 8 hours later, yeah.
Let's all make it back alive, okay?
I have I have either that or I have Attack of the Snooze button. Second extinction is you with guns versus dinosaurs. By look of it, you and dinosaurs have powers. Sounds like Turok. That sounds almost exactly like Turok. God, I missed that game. Wow, the first one. I missed the first Turok. All the others were kind of just shit. Overpowered as shit. That's fun, actually. Have I? I don't know if I've changed my words. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Good. We're done. Actually, did I change some of that? I did not. Okay. Confused. Ah, this is what we want. Luxar. Or you hear nothing. Oh, that's something else. Where it's on martial arts. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ. Meh, not bothered. Face tracking. There we go. Eye tracking was freaking out a bit there. When doesn't it though? I'm doing it again. I'm doing the rapid dodges things because it's actually slightly faster than just sprinting. I don't need the twisted rings anymore. I'm done with upgrade materials. Do you think you'll finish this today? Oh no. There is no way I'm going to be able to finish ending C and then D and then whatever's afterwards in 1 3/4 hours. No way. Getting ending C? Yes. I'm about to do that right now. Just a little overpowered. Just a little. two-shotting mini-bosses at the end of the game on normal difficulty. Teensy bit overpowered. Did you find the point where doing this amount of damage you got to war now? Nice! Hopefully I'll make your Give Me God of War playthrough difficulty lessened. Getting to see is fine and enjoy my friends against Steve Silan. Yep, no problem at all. Oh, did you just receive a stretch? Appreciate it, thank you. Everyone gets the new content this stream. Yeah. Like even if I'm going through Route D quickly, I'm not going to be able to get to the end of it by the end of this. Definitely not going to be able to get this stream. So next week, yeah. Next week we'll probably get onto the new content. And after that, I have no idea. No idea. I have no idea how long the new content will take to get through. Because I don't know what it is. I still need to make sure my PS2 emulator works. I need to make sure it works with stream as well. That's the important thing. Make it work with on stream. One stream will do? Oh, okay. Fair. I'm kind of interested to see what it is then, if one stream will cover the new content. I mean, yeah, that's just bad wording. I was interested to see what the stream would be like content would be like anyway, regardless of how long or short it was. Though I would be slightly disappointed, although it would be very Yoko Taro-ish, if the extra content was like 5 minutes. You have a 5 minutes post-credit scene and that's it.
Such an ominous sight, and yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Weiss and I first met. And first fought together.
Wow.
See,
This is where you used to live, Weiss?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself. And now the path is open.
Excuse me. As far as I know, I still need to do the speed trophies for the last 3 bosses, as in Deviler and Popola, Grimoire Noir, and Shadowlord. Good, I see Weissey Snark Master Vice. Yeah.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
Still stand that Magna is adopted? Yeah.
It can talk.
Yeah.
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle.
Every time I come to this point, I always think, shit, do I actually remember the answers?
Confident I've heard this somewhere before. To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer. I answer, because of a black disease. I ask, how can humans extend their lives? I answer by separating...
See, Widgren, I look over to the chat out of the corner of my eye, and I swear every single time I see Shark Master. I was like, Sharky isn't here.
I ask, what is the destination of souls? I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells. Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter. Well then, it seems the way is open.
It's really strange how easily face tracking can break on this.
It's the twins from your
I don't know whether it's the software or it's my webcam. You said something kind of just a little bit. Yeah, I glanced over what you previously said, and I keep reading Shark Master. I was like, Sharky isn't here though.
Popla? Devila? What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place.
How? Because the proximity of the S and N together.
Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
They're right. Let's go back to the village.
Do you truly wish to go back?
Yeah. Let's go back.
Oh shit! Actually, let me. Oh fuck. Oh. It. Oh. Whoops. Whoops. See your guitar, okay. Also, congrats. It said you cannot. There is no turning back from this point. Do you wish to continue? I was like, I didn't think it would let me. Oh, have I gone and broken the game now? What? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Please, no, please, no. Oh, please, no. Do I just go back to the Lost Shrine? Are the twins back in the library? I don't know. Do I reload my save? Speaks to sisters now. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Well. Well, Poplar's here at least.
Please be careful.
And that's all she says. Okay. Well, let's try going back to the Lost Shrine again. And if that doesn't work, well, I'll load my save. At least my save was right outside the quote-unquote boss door. Oh, I really hope I haven't broken the game. Well, I know the game can't be broken because, you know, it's an intended thing you can do this, but I really hope I haven't actually screwed up my progress. You know, actually, just to save some time, give me 2 seconds. The stream's possibly going to go a bit screwy as I look this up. Apparently, there's just... Okay, yeah, that doesn't seem to be anything. It just says it can happen. You can do it. It doesn't seem to say there's anything else around it. And someone's saying, "God damn it, that's not how a point of no return works." And someone said, "God damn it, Cavia." It's like, Cavia didn't make this, did they? Cavia made Drakengard. Didn't think they were involved with NieR. I don't know. Or Cavia. Hey! Well, look, there was a good thing that came of it. I just got a better word for my magic. Where's Dark Execution? Yeah. So I use that as well. I might as well get the best words on that as well. There we go. I think my main worry is because the objective mark is gone. Excuse me. I am going to be so annoyed if it turns out I have to reload my game because it's stopped me from doing it. I mean, it would be very fitting for Yoko Taro. It's like, no, you said you want to go back to the village. No, there's nothing for you here now. When I said there was no going back, there's no going back to the end game if you choose to duck out of it. Haha! Foolish player. I've got 3 notifications on Discord. Why? Why? I really hope that it won't deprive me of my progress. Maybe because I just got that really awesome word. Ah. Damn it, Yoko Taro. Having to traverse all these rooms is the really annoying bit. At least it's not like on the first time you come through here that the doors won't open until you clear the rooms in most places. That was annoying as shit. Bastard. Eye tracking all over the place. All I had to do was close my eyes for a few seconds and it just completely and utterly wigged out. Just went, nah. Pro speedrunner strats. Do a fucking zoom. Is the door still open, or do I have to go through the password again? I will see. Ah, it's open. Devil and Pope. Oh, yeah, there we go. They're back. Yep, they're back.
It's the twins from your village.
Popla? Devil? What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
Yeah, it's not even acknowledging that I chose the option to go back. It must just be like a loophole to go back if you want to go and do farming or something that you missed.
We're here to rescue Yona.
Oh well. At
No
least it's not
dice.
broken.
Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad.
Right, boss fight time.
We didn't want to fight you.
Yeah, go back the other two. What the fuck? Okay.
We really didn't want to.
Devil, what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
Oh, that was a new line. That was a new voice line.
What now? They copied my powers.
Oh, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Weiss, are you all right?
Devil, Popola, why are you guys doing this?
Quick voice, ask him how they feel about kitty cats. There we are. Phase 1 down.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadowlord.
Shadowlord? So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadowlord's castle.
Phew. They escape in their glowing red testicles of light.
Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Weiss?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But
Man.
now the latter seems to be... Well,
Weiss?
do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly...
I think I hear a waltz.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades.
Fighters, none of you are human. This is a holy sanctuary of humans. Leave at once, beasts.
I think we're locked in.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
The sanctuary must remain under our protection. It is our final bastion. For the sake of those we love. We will not allow it to be destroyed. In a bit. That comes in a bit. Oh, level 53. And my power grows. Bow before my OP-ness. Yes, I know what I said. I'm swinging around something that looks like a dragon's cock. I'm not going to stop making penis jokes now. You ask me? It's an educational opportunity. Do you have any idea how long I was farming for those things? I spent so long trying to get a fucking subdued bracelet to drop, and it just throws one at me in the final moments, you fucking... Ugh.
Foxx! Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
No, our treasure lie just beyond. You can't enter. You mustn't.
Protect Kaine for us. Stupid door. Come on.
Kaine! Hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiots. What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool.
The enthusiasm with which you wrote that red is a little concerning.
Damn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kaine!
Oh, that burst of rage. Got it. Ah. Let's see if anything changes. Maybe see you don't kill that outcome.
These things are freaking me out.
Yep. Stop. Please stop. They're just babies. They don't know any better.
Kaine! What's wrong?
We waited for so long and now we can finally recreate them. Spare the lives of the children. Please, I beg you.
We need to help Kaine.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Demon Lord Matt, what did I do? There's no justice in the slaughter of innocents. Kill few children, the usual. I'm doing this because the game doesn't give me any other choice. You're the one who was very enthusiastically shouting kill them.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Your heart is different.
Lucky you.
And it ain't sadness.
Uh,
What's going on here, sunshine?
Hi Mal, welcome.
Kaine
I'm guessing you're in the stream?
I'm
Yeah?
fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Interesting.
Since you never played the game, you therefore haven't done it myself. No, but you do tend to go for that sort of option enthusiastically on most games anyway. It's kind of concerning at times.
Damn shit. Oh dear.
Oh dear. So either Mal has said lucky me for something that he's about to say in chat, or he sent a screenshot.
You gonna hit this thing?
Just need to see what you can do. Yeah, sure.
Oh no!
Oh my god, how lucky you need to share with everyone.
Stop now. Damn it.
Oh god, what's going on? I've got to read this. Oh, he's not watching the stream. He's doing this. Oh, god. Oh, right. Okay, getting a blood rock from the Chalice Dungeon. That's yeah. Okay, yeah. 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 Okay.
Focused kind, eh? Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going!
Can't do anything yet until.
This way! Move!
Oh yeah, the bit that killed me last time.
Up here!
But I've got a stream style. If you are watching Mel, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Please, hurry!
Trying, Emil. I am kind of being chased by a gigantic boar with armor all over it. It's not exactly the easiest thing to run up these fucking stairs.
Damn it, I can't get it open.
Well, kind of, you are kicking the wrong part of a door that is massively thick.
The entrance is locked too!
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
You'll go no further. You're not a bit. Oh my god, Pokey. Oh god, Pokey. Ah.
Oh, you pissed her off now. Maybe you shouldn't have killed her friends. Look at her. So full of scorn and hate. She's just like you, Sunshine.
Like you're any different. Hate is just another crush for you.
Hey now.
You're in pain, you're lonely, no one likes you. So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at all.
It's okay.
It is.
Look, I'm the same way. But just realizing that isn't going to help. It's too late for us now. It's too late for everything. We're too far gone, you and me. That's why we...
There we go. Oh hey, I've got spears like that as well. You gotta wonder where they came from. You really do. Imagine if Tyrion got out, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it would. I mean, I suppose technically he does when Kaine goes berserk. And so that's it, let our people through. Our friends through. The people of Mask owe you a great debt, and now it's time to repay it. They can stand to loosen up a bit, huh?
What are you doing here?
My citizens were speaking of your latest adventure. This is the castle of Shadowlord, is it not?
You are correct.
Then we have a common enemy. We'll hold this one off. Please keep moving.
But
We are the people of the Mask. We will stand our ground until our last breath. I sought upon Fira's grave. I sought to become a good and just ruler, a king who would protect others from the shades. If Siki gets... Yeah, possibly. So for now, go rescue the one you hold most dear.
hey, stop!
What notes an obedient people? I hope they never become too obedient to curse themselves to a desolate wasteland surrounded by nothing but rules. Oh wait!
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
This is new as well. That was a new bit. Before saying do not despair, my liege, that was new. Let's try this again. Oh. Oh. Well, that was...
Open the damn door!
Yeah, that was some new content as well.
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Oh, Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
It is becoming increasingly difficult to find screenshots of this game. It really is. Fourth wall cracking a bit there. A little bit. I mean, there is the other time as well when you get the Iron Will weapon from Gideon, and NieR says, "But we already have this weapon." And Weissey replies that these things happen the next time around. Yeah. Excuse me. I have not had coffee yet today. I should have done, but I didn't. That's on me. I'll have some after stream, so I can be awake for tonight's stream.
Oh, look. You made it.
Wow.
We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1300
When games
years
acknowledge
ago.
their games, yeah.
Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Weiss!
My mind.
You should have had food, but haven't.
Remember,
Yes, you should.
Deviler.
To be fair, though, so should have I. So should have
You
I.
are not human. In fact... oh no.
Brain too early for... Brain too drained for grammar.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true
Breaking
humans,
grammar is
are
fun.
extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh?
Excuse me.
Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Nah, man.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. Our endless existences
I
have a single
accidentally skipped that.
purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry. You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No. I'm nothing like you.
If it does speak CG.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because
Never heard that before.
because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, no, I can't be alone!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to. No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such fate is difficult to imagine.
don't want to do this. I don't want to fight her.
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
Oh yeah. So this first hit, I will kill her, and then to say that's bad timing, bad timing. Yeah, yeah. She's meant to be sad, but I have no sympathy for them. Like legit. Oh, you have no soul. You don't matter. How dare you kill my soulless sister? Yeah.
The bridge.
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young,
Even though I know that Emil survives, because we've seen it at the end of Ending B, this is still a really fucking sad
now that I'm
scene.
older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends.
Get the feeling that Emil and Vivi would get along just fine. Oh yeah. Yeah, they would.
Emil.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
He's not wrong.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Weiss can't stop arguing with people.
I want Emil to go through no
Hope they
pain.
can hold it
Well,
together once I'm gone.
to be fair, that's still not his body. His consciousness has been absorbed by his sister's body, so technically, no pain.
I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
That was the most tragic character in Yoko Taro history. Yeah. Yeah, just a bit. He does lose a bit of weight he can't really spare. Oh! Oh, this bit's different. Oh! Darkness, black without end. It goes on and on and on. Eyes closed, eyes open, it matters not. The dark is joined by a mysterious sensation, one created by the mingling of blissful sleep with the unease of a terrible, never-ending cold. Is this a dream? Thinking to pinch his cheek, he reaches for his face, but his hand does not move. In fact, his hand has disappeared altogether. He looks at his arms and sees only bone. He looks at his feet and sees they have disappeared, along with the rest of his legs up to the thigh. What body remains begins to leave him, then crumbling into fragments smaller than dust. His body is going. Soon it will be no more. Is this death? Suddenly he recalls his past. He remembers the time he lived with his sister, and the very act of recollection is like a shooting star. Despite lasting only a moment, it brings colour to the darkness. Soon more memories come, gathering atop each other, one after the next, until they meld into a warm and glorious light. Emil's dream. Promise. Oh. Well, strap yourselves in, it's gonna be a ride. Wake up. Wake up. A set of covers are torn from the boy, leaving his eyelids exposed to the merciless sun. Hey there, lazy bones, says the voice again. The boy's vision, blurry at first, gradually grows more clear. Before him, her face aglow with a radiant smile, is his older twin sister, Halua. Morning, Halua. Don't look so cheery, you butt. The teacher's going to be here any minute. Halua grabs her brother and pulls him beneath the bed with her, where they wait with a host of dust bunnies to the instructor's arrival. The moment Emil starts to ask a question, Halua shushes him by placing a finger over his mouth. Don't start. We agreed to this yesterday, remember? We're going to jump out and give teacher the scare of her life. After a few ticks of the clock, the door opens and a slight woman enters the room. Incoming heartbreak takeover. Yeah. Good morning, Halua. Good morning, Emil. I'm ready for... Emil glances at his sister and sees her trying to stifle a laugh, which has the unfortunate effect of making a laugh rise in him. Then the dust bunnies decide to get in on the act, swirling up into their noses and causing the tricksters to sneeze in unison. Suddenly, the face of their teacher appears in the space between the bed and the floor. There you are, you scamps! This is your fault, says Halua. You ruined it by sneezing. Me? Cries a clearly wounded Emil. You sneeze just as loud. That's enough, both of you, says the teacher as she attempts to hide her amusement. Crawl out from under there and let me take your temperatures already. The pair happily shimmies out from under their hiding place and stands before their teacher. She is a fair woman with a kind voice, one Emil would be happy to listen to for the rest of his life. In fact, he often thought that her waking him in the mornings was his favourite part of the day. The teacher finds her seat, hunkers down and lightly pats her leg, to which a happy Emil leaps into her lap. She then slides a chilly thermometer under his armpit, causing a shudder to race through his body. I'm sorry, just be a brave boy for a little longer, alright? Emil used to hate having his temperature taken daily. The thermometer was just so darn cold. But he's become used to it after being at the facility for the past 2 years. His mother and father had perished in an accident many years before. He'd been told the facility they sent him to was simply a home for orphans such as himself, but he'd always had his doubts. After all, most orphanages were staffed by doctors in white coats who held lessons involving the repeated asking of strange questions, nor did they attach wires to the bodies of their charges and force them to enter enormous boxes. The process is endless, the tests unceasing, and yet Emil finds his teacher somehow floats above it all. She would talk to him about everyday problems, read him books, and even share a meal when time permitted. She is the closest thing he has to a mother. With both of their temperatures taken, Emil and Halua wait for breakfast, but something is different this day. Their teacher is strange somehow. Off. Emil, she says quietly, do you remember what day this is? Emil looks over to his sister and sees her staring at him with an enormous grin. Nuh-uh, she says, you gotta figure it out for yourself. But despite his best efforts, Emil comes up empty. I'm sorry, ma'am, he says at last, I just don't know. With a smile, the teacher reaches into the pocket of her white coat and withdraws a small package. It is a bag, neatly closed with string and tied at the top with a bright red ribbon. Happy birthday, Emil, she says. In fact, happy birthday to both of you. Oh, thank you, cries Emil. Can I open it? Of course, replies his teacher. I'm afraid it's nothing so special, but I do hope you enjoy it regardless. Emil carefully unties the ribbon and opens the bag to reveal a small pile of cookies. They are the same snacks they always receive at the facility, but the fact they come from his teacher makes them somehow special. As a gasp escapes his mouth, his sister can't help giggling beside him, her eyes fixated on the bright red ribbon all the while. Happy birthday, Halua, says Emil as he reaches into the bag, withdraws a cookie and offers it to his sister. Needing no further encouragement, the girl crams the cookie into her mouth and swallows it in 2 bites. Happy birthday to you too, Emil. Then, as though remembering something, she leaps up and runs to the smallest chest of drawers the two of them share. After forcing open a stubborn drawer, she pulls out a single sheet of paper hidden under a white coat and runs it back to her brother. Here's your present, she says, thrusting the paper at him with a slightly embarrassed look. When he glances down, he sees the words Happy Birthday Emil scrawled in a shaky child's hand, along with a picture of a generously coloured person who had clearly been created from every crayon in the box. That was me. Unable to stop himself, Emil wraps his sister in a massive hug. Thank you, he whispers as he returns the embrace just as tightly. I'll be sure to draw you on our next birthday, okay? My sister was there. My teacher was there. It was my birthday. I thought I could never be happier. I'm glad Halua's drawing is the last thing I'll remember. I sense a deep and perfect darkness descending over my eyes and realise my time has come. I'm so terribly cold. As I try desperately to remember what it felt like to be embraced, I wonder if this horrible face is all that's left of me. Halua, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep my promise. I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry. But I'm coming to join you now. Just hold on. God damn it, Yoko Taro! What the fuck?
Wake up.
I'm sorry, what? Oh god, it's not done yet.
Wake up.
Oh god. Oh no. My eye tracking's gone again.
Come on, Emil. Wake up already.
I wonder if what you do to fantasy characters had any impact on your afterlife judgment. That would require there being an afterlife. Halua? Is that you?
You haven't changed a bit, have you, lazy bones?
Halua, have you come for me? Am I dead?
No, Emil. You're not dead. I'm just here to keep my promise.
In that moment, the world of blackness surrounding me explodes with colour. Red, yellow, blue, and so many others. Colours I have no names for. Colours I've never ever seen. On a side note, fan of Valkyrie. Nice, Pokey. A screwball on the chance there is, I need to know. Well, that's the meme that that's one of the memes at the moment, isn't it? The people, you have to be forgiven by every single person you've killed, including video games. Meh. I've seen it too many times. It's just meh. It's like someone who's using every crayon in the box.
I told you I'd always be watching over you, didn't I?
Halua, I don't.
Don't worry about it, you butt. Looking after little brothers is just what big sisters do.
Her voice is fading.
Sorry, Emil. Looks like I'm out of magic.
Halua, wait, let me come with you. Sweats in Solaris player. Yeah, Civilization player here. Well, formerly.
But you are with me.
And Dynasty Warriors. Halua, wait, let me come with you.
I'll always watch over you. So we'll always be together.
Halua, no, don't go. Stars is great for a whole family, fanatic, xenophobe, militarist. Yay, xenophobia. That's bad. Getting hell anyway, so meh. Doesn't exist. It's fine.
Don't cry, Emil. I want you to be happy.
Halua.
Promise me that you'll live for both of us.
The darkness enveloping me flows away, replaced by a brilliant blue sky. I don't know where I am, or what I'm supposed to do. But it's okay that I'm here. I know that much now. She's given me the courage to accept that. No more crying. I'll live with a smile on my face, because that's the promise I made her. Still heart-wrenching. Even though we've seen Emil survives, still heart-wrenching. Oh! Oh, there's the novel segments about my friend's past. Ah! Use it, Lords. Alright. These scenes do not get easier on repeated watching. God damn it, Yoko Taro. It makes you sad, yeah. It's because it's so fantastically well written. Gee, one of the few games where I give a damn about the character deaths. Tells how I couldn't do this and then this whole shtick. Yeah.
Let's go.
Final Fantasy XIV is another one like that for me. My good god, when they do character deaths in that, Jesus fuck. I expect the Valkyrie are powerful and give me God of War, yeah. I would not like to imagine what Sigrun's like on that. God, no. Just no. Can shift my body and stretch and almost everything from any to the next pop and damn that didn't feel good, yeah. Oh man, I can imagine. It's taken me longer than I thought it was going to get through this ending. We're gonna finish the game for ending C. We're just not gonna be able to do much in ending D. D. Dick.
Yona!
Yeah, it's Tuesday, thanks to my sleep issues. I kind of lost track of what day it is even while watching this. My head wants it to be Thursday. Oh, don't you worry, Widgren. If it wasn't for my schedule, I wouldn't know what day it is most of the time. There are days literally when I'm about to start streaming, I was like, I need to check what day it is, just to make sure I'm not streaming the wrong sodding thing. That's the hydration reminder, DJ.
This ends here. Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
So this boss you gotta kill in 1.5 minutes. Or something like that.
How can a NieR tool hope to stand against the Shadowlord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
And this has escape rooms like a manta ray during the cutscene. Yeah.
Hey, sunshine. I ain't certain about this, but I think your heart is evolved. The hate is gone. The sadness is gone. It's just a bunch of white light now. What the hell's going on here?
You can't tell, Tyrant. You won't be the only voice in my life anymore. I've experienced fear, hate, and no sympathy.
And I just got another notification about the SCP stream being at 75%. It's like, I know!
But guess
It reached 75% a fair bit earlier in the stream.
he still forgives.
Good going, Twitch. Good going. You are awful at your only job, Twitch.
I'm tired of this world and everybody in it. But I'll become his sword one last time.
See, that's the thing I don't like about this, you know, about this, about bleh. So the thing I don't like about the speed kill trophies is that, and I've said this before, that your ability to kill the boss is hindered by dialogue. Like, I get why, but at the same time, come on, let me actually do it. Thank you to Widgren and to Vaughn for the contributions to the SCP stream change. So we now need less than 10,000 points to finish it. Considering the timing of everything, I think I will do the SCP stream in the new year, or well, next week. Regardless of when it gets finished, I'll do the SCP stream next week. Wow. As in, excuse me, if it gets finished this week, I will do it next week. Obviously, it takes longer than that, it will take longer for me to actually do the stream. But, yeah.
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her.
10,300 points left, let's do math sucks.
She won't stop
Let's have a look.
She says she wants to see her brother.
Yona's been possessed?
Nope, your math is correct, Widgren, 10,300. It's just the banner was saying 50,000 when it's actually 49,700. So,
It's not
yay,
right
Twitch.
that she can't see him.
isn't it?
So it says dragon. Meow.
Yes, it's me.
You've returned. Welcome back, Torian.
Let's go home.
You returned just in time for the ending of the game, for ending C. Welcome to the depression, yeah. New scenes were had.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that... I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Yeah, so it's like count number 3. Yeah. Yona, why?
Connie, watch over Yona for me. You understand your sadness. You think I'm gonna sympathize with you?
But why?
I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this.
No.
Weiss, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Weiss.
What are you doing? Come so. Strike. Strike the killing blow.
Alright, did it. Oh yeah, still got the next phase to do though.
No bother. One moment, please.
Ow.
Okay. Fine, just fine. Alright, no, I'm not.
Oh, Weiss.
Some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Shadowlord vs. Slave Nightingale, the Red Hood. Oh.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks. But let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Weiss!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name?
Yes, Weissey.
Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Weiss.
Weiss. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
What's those powers? You know, I can't live in a world without you.
Something to defend. I have a reason to live.
Be gone. Jonas, soon I will join you. Right, time for ending C.
Well, ain't that precious?
I'm happy for him.
You know, Sunshine, that black scrawl has almost completely taken you over.
Yeah, I know.
But goddamn, we had fun, huh? Killing and killing and more killing. What a rush.
Yeah.
Wait. No. No. It wasn't fun at all. I turned you into a killing machine. I spread evil and chaos around the world. But it all feels so empty now. Why? I don't understand.
Oh.
Sorry. Looks like you stayed inside me for a little too long. Sunshine.
Stop! Don't be nice to me! Don't make me feel like this! I'm gonna swallow you up, Sunshine. Gonna swallow you whole.
Kaine? What is it?
Listen to me. The shade inside me is growing, and I can't stop it. Soon, real soon, I'm gonna go berserk.
I can't hold it back anymore.
Kaine, you have to fight. You have to...
Just shut up and listen to me.
Boobs.
Emil is gone, all right? So there's no way anyone can stop me. Please. Before it comes to that, I want you to kill me. Consider it an final request.
Peaceful sunshine, see people that's left. Yeah, not me. Zero, hello and welcome. Should have known better than going out supply store on a budget. Yeah. Just a little bit. Millicent Gondo. Yeah, she doesn't know that. No one does. Oh. I almost expect One-Winged Angel to start playing at this point. Tyrion, I don't want to hurt my friends.
Well, hell, Sunshine. It's not like I can stop it.
So here's the final boss.
When Gestalts go out of control, they lose their minds.
Since then, that's what I say, my
Both
fish.
of our memories will be completely overridden.
Always brand new milk because it's Christmas. Oh. Oh.
Kaine!
Run. Run. kill me.
I won't!
Run. You defeated the Shadowlord. You rescued Yona. But now I can't. I can't.
We made it this far because you were with us, Kaine. I'm who I am today because of you. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to abandon someone I love. I'm going to save you. I swear it!
What? 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 I didn't do anything. Well, there's brand new markers. It's Christmas on your birthday. When are you going? I need a couple of colours to get Minokio just right. Came out with $250 worth of inky pens and brush tip markers. Holy shit, Zera! Holy shit! Wow. Still, there is one good thing. It means you can't throw that kind of money at me.
Well, there might be one way to save her.
Moral of the story is never attack, let them get bored.
Who said that?
It don't matter, so don't ask. Just shut up and listen.
Wait, are you?
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, alright? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
Do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab her in the heart.
No, I can't.
Fine. Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die a terrible death.
Damn it.
Very nice. Now, if you want to save your precious Kaine, there are two
Credit
ways
cards.
to do
Yeah.
it. One is to plunge your sword into her chest. That's what she wants after all. Freedom from burdens, freedom from life.
What's the other way?
The other way is to make her a normal human being again. But to make that happen, you gotta trade your own existence for hers.
Ah.
Well, there you go. Good luck with that.
You're that shade. The one who lives inside Kaine. Why are you trying to help her?
Probably for the same reason you are. Enough talk. Make your choice.
So this is the difference between ending C and D, is the choice you make here. So if you end Kaine's life, and free her from her burden, you get ending C. If you sacrifice your own existence to make her human again, you get ending D. However, you don't usually get this choice in the original if you don't have all the weapons maxed out. Ghost club and a ball and a small mountain of markers. I don't think that mountain's small anymore, Zera. But many head pats and cuddles to Zera. So we're going to go with end Kaine's life to go for ending C. Because sacrificing your own existence is also, you know, the code for, hey, you like your save file? Too bad. It's not like she's not been penetrated like that several times before in the game. Probably not a good idea to, you know, kiss a shade, but, you know. Goodbye, save file. Nah, not this time.
Let's go home.
Smoochy.
Can you hear me? I spent years inside Kaine's body, tormenting her from within. I felt her pain, her emotions, as if they were my own. And there was so much pain.
Last thing Tyrion feels is NieR's
So when I
lips.
say
Yeah.
she's free now, I want you to believe me. Thanks to you, Kaine has been forgiven and saved. Oh wait, she had a final message for you. Thank you.
Oh god damn it, Yoko Taro.
We'll always be together.
Yoko Taro, Emmy Evans, and Keiichi Okabe. God damn all three of you for this moment! And again, can't skip this. Itchy snout. Or, thought she was going to say thank you and fuck you. Yeah. Also, this is a true ending. Yeah. And then whatever goes on afterwards. There's like, I don't know what happens afterwards, but there has got to be something afterwards because it's Yoko Taro. And like I've said, the amount of content that's been added up till this point is quite small. And I don't think they would have bothered doing a remake with huge amounts of hype around there being additional content for just that. There's got to be more. That's like that dinner. Yeah, there wasn't originally. There's got to be something after it this though. It used to be ending D, wipes your save file, that's it, true ending, done, game finished. But with how all the publicity and all the hype has been, there's got to be something else after ending D. I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. It could just be an ending scene. Could just be post-credit stuff. But there's going to be something else. There's got to be. Pokey says there is one more new thing. Okay, so yeah, there is one new thing after ending D. So from what I can tell from that ending is that ending D, the only thing that's going to be different for ending D is the result of that choice. The route for ending D should be the exact same game, with all the same cutscenes, the same dialogue and everything, so I should be able to skip a lot of it. Also means I can, like I said before, go for the speed kills on the bosses because the cutscenes count as part of that time. Scoo, hello and welcome. You came in just after all the depression. Literally the perfect timing. So what if they had added endings E to F, all is alive and happy, aka Utopian LV, all is dead. Good, do you not need a depression? Yeah. You don't want to, depression, you want to be butt shot. Sadly not in this game. Which ending do you have more on it? Pokey has said there is one more new thing. And that's it there. Everything up to ending D is the same. Right. Awesome. So which means route D, we can just skip cutscenes and get through things quicker. Yoko dislikes happiness, he is allergic. Yeah, this is true. Scooter. Although, actually, no, to be fair, you can get the DLC of the You're Her outfits, which I believe turns Kaine into... See, I don't think it's 2B, I think it's A2 she gets turned into, which makes more sense. Because, you know, A2 is the best, just in general. I can't skip this bit, I just can't. But we're the wise now, so we're nearly done. And by the game, the sword no, don't either broke. Yeah, I mean at least there are at least 2 automatas on Steam now. Kaine's A2 makes a lot more sense than 2B. It does. It makes a lot more sense. Oh, I've maxed out. I've maxed out the timer. Oh. Yeah. Ending D. Your choice of decision can allow you to view the very last piece of the ending. Oh. Oh. Right. So Gretel, Grimoire Noir, Devil and Popola, Wendy, and Berserk Kaine. I think those are the only ones. Hang on, let me just pull up the trophy list and see what it is that I need to look out for. So Platinum, blah 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 blah. So that's ending C that I just got. That's got to be ending D. So that, whatever that is, that's got to be for the post ending D content. That's what that has to be for. No idea what that one is. But I'm also kind of hesitant to unveil it. Defeated Gretel with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Wendy, so it's Gretel, Wendy, Hidden, Devil and Popola, Grimoire Noir, Shadowlord, Berserk Kaine, and there's another hidden trophy. What? Okay, so there's 3 hidden trophies, and I know. So one of them has to be, whatever. So no, sorry, there's 4 hidden trophies then. So 2 of them are for ending D, and then whatever comes after ending D. There's this one here, and then there's the one up here, which I'm guessing, based on its placement in the trophy list, I'm guessing that's defeating Louise in a certain amount of time. I think that's Louise's trophy. But I don't know what this one at the bottom is. I really do not know what this one is. Yeah. Thank you, DJ and Scoo, for the hydration reminders. Fate striking breaking as usual. So I'm guessing that's the name of the trophy, but I have no idea what that is. It's probably spoilery then. Kill Louise under 3 minutes would be a pain. I think that would be impossible, actually. Under 3 minutes, I think the Louise battle is impossible. Within a certain time limit, possible, yes, but not 3 minutes. Thank you for the hydration reminder, Red. Well. So, Gretel is the first one I need to worry about. That one also, I don't know what it is. I do not know what that one is either. Oh, reduce stress. Oh, nice, thank you. Right, let's start off with the next playthrough. Considering what the time is, I won't have time to do much, but I can at least get it started. And can start skipping shit as well. Excuse me.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine,
Nope.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
Yeah, 100% complete playthrough.
My sword is lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the
That's
strike it down.
That's not going to happen on stream. Mostly because one of the achievements is to complete the entire game, you know, both parts, in 15 hours or less. And we are talking, this game counts when you are paused and when you're doing cutscenes. And we're talking, you know, both parts as well, so... yeah. Did that thing have a time trials as well? Nah, I don't think so. Or if it did, I've definitely, I've definitely beaten it. No sleep. No sleep.
stay alive.
Definitely not this 100 hour save file. Yeah.
Shit. And is it not?
Start off next stream with ending E.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep.
Didn't realize there was an ending E.
Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a
Oh,
happy
D.
one,
Ah,
and we let it wash over us like rain.
that makes sense.
That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
I mean, yeah, that's actually a possibility. I could just...
Are you kidding? This we no you people
As
Actually, that's a very good point. As soon as I regain control, I'll go to a save point and put up a poll.
kind of never.
Game, give me my control
Didn't get much
back.
sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila.
Ending D is just a fancy name for a sex move.
But those feelings were pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades.
Okay. Poll going up for 5 minutes. Should I do the route to ending D on stream? Basically, if you vote to skip the playthrough, then I will do this on. I'll do this off stream, and you will see me fight the Shadowlord next stream. If you say stream the whole thing, then I will just pick up from where I leave off now. The one we get is depression and existential dread. Yes, Yoko Taro's sex move. So customer asked me to call him Daddy today. I work in a tile website. I'm sorry. What?
Wait.
Wow. Wow, Scoo. The influence and effect you have. Wow.
Hey, I'm not. Come on. This all my.
As I said, there's no difference in route D leading up to ND. Yeah.
Let me.
So it's basically will be just a rerun of Ending C. Until we get to the choice right at the very end. So, I would pick this up at the save file just before entering the Lost Shrine. And I'd still be skipping things because that's the last save file, save point in the game. New job, yeah, I'm not surprised. Especially with stuff like that happening in school. Jesus Christ.
Sleep and don't that.
Oh. Nothing up in Yona's room for once. I may change diapers. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, Scoot is very, very used to working with stinky babies. Overwrite. There we are. Right then. Tracking. Eyes. Hello. Yes, well there we go. That's close enough. Right. Well, I'll wait for the poll to finish before saying goodbye because you know there's no point in having the poll for 5 minutes if I'm not going to let it actually go for the full 5 minutes. But at the moment, it's looking very decisive of, you know, skip the playthrough is getting 4 votes and stream the whole thing is got 1 vote. It'll be pretty easy for me to get through and also allow me to, you know, get the boss fast kill trophies and just focus on downing the bosses. But yeah, so the next NieR stream, if everything goes according to plan, will pick up with me saved right outside the entrance to the Shadowlord's castle, so that I can basically go through and do those last bosses, and hopefully get the trophies on them, like, ASAP. We'll see. I mean, there's not much I can do to be more powerful than I am, apart from... Well, in fairness, no, like... The biggest thing that is taking up time on those bosses is the cutscenes. But yeah, I will do the whole thing of, you know, saving before each boss, just so that I can have multiple attempts at it. But this is off-stream stuff. It's not really going to be affecting it to anyone else. I also I don't know what to do with about those other achievements. I don't want to spoil myself, but at the same time, I really do want to see. I really want to see what they are. Sorry, I'm going through them. Okay, so yeah, those first 2 achievements, one of them is Ending D, the other one is just a series of letters and numbers that Pokey put in, so no idea. That's got to be related to the post-game content. The third one was Lightspeed Fighter, finishing the game within 15 minutes. So the one that I thought... Protective Facade, anyone? Little Mermaid. Yeah, defeat Louise within 5 minutes! Ho ho ho! I've got to defeat Louise in 5 minutes. Oh, okay. And the final one is... You risk life and limb 10 times to discover someone's secret. What? That's also one I don't really... That's... I don't know. That's got to be something for whatever's afterwards. So yeah, looks like the only thing I really need to be concerned about this playthrough is beat the bosses fast. That's not too bad then. So the bosses I've got to do, let's see, I have to kill Gretel within 3 minutes and 20 seconds, kill Wendy within 8.5 minutes, kill Louise within 5 minutes. Is it just 5 minutes? It is 5 minutes. Oh fuck. Defeat Devil and Poplar within 3.5 minutes. Grimoire Noir within 1.5 minutes. Shadowlord within 4 minutes 20 seconds. And Berserk Kaine within 3.5 minutes. That should be doable. Skipping cutscenes, yeah, it should be doable. Wendy is the one that's been difficult for me. Wendy has always been the difficult one. I don't know why. Do not know why. I think Louise is probably going to be a massive challenge, though. To defeat her in 5 minutes from the point of initial encounter with her, that's going to be really tough. That's going to be a really tight fight. And the poll comes up with, yep, just skip through, and the next one to be ending D. Alright, I can do that, no problem. There's not only an official Sonic the Hedgehog VTuber, but now there is Tails. Oh my god. I love it. I love that. Oh yeah, also, before I forget it, I'm going to send the screenshots to Foxx so that she can work on them. Somehow managed as well, despite not having many opportunities to take screenshots, somehow managed to take quite a few. What's it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I got an inclination to play Doom 64 again earlier today, and I went and got all the trophies on it. I was wondering where those screenshots came from. I was like, I wasn't taking any screenshots during playing Doom 64. Why would I? Okay, yeah. Here's me, again, worrying about not taking enough screenshots. I took 12. What the fuck? Although one of them I think I can get rid of because it didn't really take properly. Actually, it still worked quite well, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Even if Foxx doesn't use the full screenshots themselves, she uses assets from them, so be fine. Be fine. Nah. However, though, that's where I'm going to be ending things today. Thank you all very much for coming along. It's been a lot of fun. Well, it's been as much fun as we can get with NieR, with being Yoko Taro crazy wild ride. Yeah. Next stream for me is going to be tonight at 1 AM GMT, where I'm going back to Ghost of Tsushima, whilst being a little dragon like this. I've forgotten what I've been doing Ghost of Tsushima. I really have. But I'm sure I'll remember when I get into it and pick up wherever I was. After that, Wednesday at 4 PM GMT, I'm going to be doing an art stream, because I haven't done an art stream despite it being on the schedule for 2 weeks now. So yeah, art stream will happen. Ten has said that she is most likely going to be there as well, so yay, more content with Ten. Yeah. So whichever one of those you're going to be there at, whether it's one of them or both of them, I will see you there. Until then, have yourselves a good... One of Kipper can make a vocal pivot. Oh, God. No. Kipper could 100%. Oh. But yeah, before my brain wants to fall out of my ears anymore. Oh god, the Kippers. The Kippers. Run for your lives. The Kippers are coming. Run! Run! Save yourselves! Have yourselves a good rest of your day. A good evening. A good night. A good morning or afternoon. Whatever the time is for you. Until tonight, I will see you then. Bye!